Hello YouTube, my name is Anthony. You should know me as Anthony and ARBY5000, which would be in the bottom corner if you're not in full screen. Today, as you can see, I am once again playing The Crew 2. Last time I did a video on this game, I stated that once I reached icon level 100, I will do a Great American Tour. This is the introduction to that tour that will show you the contending cars and the locations of it. This will be a 15-part series. Let's get started. So, like I said, once I reached icon level 100, I will do a Great American Tour. I'm icon level 102 because I leveled up a bit before the making of this video. But this is the introduction that will show the locations and the contending cars. What the contending cars means is that you lovely fans will you will comment down below which of the vehicles you would like to see used as the Grand Tour vehicle. On to the map locations. So, here we are on the map of the Crew 2's map of the US, the United States of America. And now to show you what the locations are and what order they're in. Starting off with Seattle. Seattle is going to be the starting line of this great tour. In fact, to be more exact, the Space Needle is going to be the starting line. After that, we go to the Giants Racetrack. This is a touring car pro racing track with forests within the infield. Next location is San Francisco. I'm gonna sort of be speeding up. Oh, the bridge just disappeared. I'm going to be sort of speeding up this lineup of the map. The next location is Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and I have actually, I haven't actually been to this place, but I have played it in Forza, and they actually made it extremely accurate to the real thing. The next location is Los Angeles, as you can see here, where I will also be visiting the, where is it? Probably should switch it to that. The street racing headquarters. Next location is the Golden Hills Racetrack, here right there, south of Las Vegas. The Golden Hills Racetrack, as you can see here. Next location is Las Vegas. Good old Viva Las Vegas is the next location on the map. And after Las Vegas is the Bonneville Salt Flats. Next location is the Hoover Dam. Next location is Freestyle Headquarters, just as like a mid-stop between the next city, which is Salt Lake City, with the famous Salty Lake off to the side of it. Next location is the famous ski jump. Next location is St. George, is the next location. Why at St. George, you may ask? Reason being, it is the closest city to where I live in Colorado. The next location in our Grand Tour is obviously the Grand Canyon, here as you can see. Next location is the Big Land Plain Cemetery, which is currently shaded by a giant cloud. But as you can see, there are a bunch of decommissioned airplanes here. Oh, and I hate when that glitch happens. On to the next location, which is another location with cloud cover, but it is the famous meteor crater. Next location is Monument Valley. And the reason why we are heading to Monument Valley is to check out the off-road headquarters. The next location is Dallas, Texas, which you probably wouldn't have known if I had told you if you hadn't seen this golf ball tower thingy, which I don't know the name of, but it is a landmark location, which I am not including on this list, but it will be visited in the series once I actually get to Dallas. Next location is St. Louis, which once again you probably wouldn't have figured that out if you hadn't seen the arch. But the next location is the Little Eagle Speedrome, which you can see right here. Next location is the Windmill Dirt Track. Also, while I was flying over here, I found a strange name right here called New Holland. We've already taken New York and New Mexico, and I have found New Holland. But anyways, next location is Pikes Peak. You will know what the layout of this is if you have watched my other video, which I will be putting up right about now with a iCard, and also at the end of the video. But I will be doing Pikes Peak in this grand tour, as well as I'm going to do something with Pikes Peak later in this video, so stay tuned. Next location is Mount Rushmore. Yes, the famous rock formation, well, not formation, but hand-carved rock thing of four faces of the presidents. That is on the grand tour, since, you know, it's a landmark of the United States. Next location is Chicago, which is pretty big on this map, and it's also difficult to tell what it is if you can't see the name of it. Next location is this drag strip, which I found a little while ago, and it is just south of Chicago. If you're wondering where this little drag strip is, so here's Chicago, and it's just south. You can't miss it. It's just this random line right here. But the next location is Detroit. The next location on the list is Detroit, and it's kind of funny that it is raining here at Detroit. But yes, that is the next location. The next location after Chicago is Niagara Falls, which you can probably see the text that is right here. But when the Niagara Falls episode comes, don't get your hopes up too much, because this is Niagara Falls. That is Niagara Falls, and this is a standard 4-lane road here compared to the Niagara Falls. Not very impressive, is it? But on to the next location, which is New York City. Here's Manhattan, and in New York City there are a bunch of locations that I plan on going to. There is the Empire State Building. I was looking at a piece of paper. There is Times Square, which is right about here. Here is the famous red steps. The next New York landmark is Central Park, as you can see here. The next location that I plan on going to is the egg-shaped Long Island Speedrome. And the next New York location is the famous Unisphere. But the next real location, well, sort of, it's still in New York. The pro racing headquarters, as well as the New Jersey racing track. Next location is Also, it's pretty cloudy and rainy and dark and nighttime and stuff. Washington, D.C. And as you would expect, I will visit all of the locations like the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the Lincoln Bath, and also the Pentagon, which is right here. Also known as Defense District. But the next location on the list is Daytona! Yes, it's Daytona Beach. And it's kind of disappointing that with a game that is the entirety of America, Daytona Beach doesn't have the Daytona International Speedway. But that could just be my thing, since if you hadn't already told, I am a NASCAR fan. Oh, bumped the camera a bit. Don't mind that. But on to the next location, which is Cape Canaveral, as you can see there. Which, if you look above the Cape, hosts the Kennedy Space Center. Next location is New Orleans, which, as you can see with the text there. Yes, so New Orleans is the next location after Cape Canaveral, which is somewhere in that direction. But once again, it's kind of a city that is hard to tell what city it's supposed to be if it wasn't for the text, and obviously the Superdome. Also, there was really dramatic lighting when I zoomed in there, but yes. So the Superdome is on the landmark list, but on to the final location, somewhat. In the final episode, on episode 15, I will go from New Orleans to the Miami racetrack, which you can see here, but not very well because it's nighttime. But yes, the city of Miami is after the racetrack, and then there is the house that all players get, and then the finish line is the cruise ship at the end of the Keys. Sorry about that noise, if it was even caught on camera. But yes, the finish line is the cruise ship at the end of the Florida Keys. In fact, right here is the finish line, because that's the closest you can get to it. So here is the Florida Keys, and then there's the house, Miami, the Miami racetrack, and then New Orleans, and then all the other locations, and then just reverse the order. Broken record. But yes, the finish line down here, the finish line is down here at the end of the Florida Keys with this cruise ship. Now for the vehicle contestants. So basically, what you do to vote for a vehicle, there are more players here because I'm at the house, which is the second to last location before the finish line. Anyways, the way to vote for a vehicle, sorry for the dogs barking, give me just a second. Okay, I am back. I have changed locations just so there's not all the people over at the house. And I have gone to a dealership. Completely 100% dealership. Anyways, these are the contesting cars. So, first off, we have the Ferrari F40. And there appears to be another player here. Huh. Anyways, the Ferrari F40 is the first contending car. I'm not sure what that other player is doing. Oh, there they are. But yes, the Ferrari F40 is the first contending vehicle. Next vehicle is... I have changed locations because that other player, as you can tell, was doing a burnout and they were just causing a lot of ruckus. So I switched to the Little Eagle Speedrome. But the next vehicle on the list is the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. And with this car, since it is a NASCAR paint scheme, you could change it if you want to be just like a single color, if you do vote for it. Or you can just keep it as the NASCAR paint scheme that it has. But yes, here's the Camaro. It's a little wet and foggy out, but yes, 2018, it's the number 8, supposed to be the NASCAR Chevrolet Camaro Premier car. But yes, on to the next vehicle, which is the Ford Mustang, the Ford Mustang GT. This is another NASCAR paint scheme, which you can swap out for a standard single color if you would like, if you do vote for it. But let's start the engine. Yes, very nice indeed. On to the next vehicle, which is the Aston Martin Vanquish. This was one of the vehicles that ran the Pikes Peak challenge in my last Crew 2 video. But let's start the engine. Very nice British car here. On to the next vehicle, which is the 2017 Dodge Challenger Hellcat SRT. Let's start the engine. Very nice car indeed. On to the next vehicle, which is the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Let's start the engine. On to the next vehicle, which is, surprisingly enough, the Cadillac Escalade. I have a police paint scheme on it. Very beefy for being a Cadillac Escalade. On to the next vehicle, which is the Dodge Charger RT Hemi. Also, here comes another player. I think it might be the same guy. Anyways, let's start the engine of this Charger. Well, I'm gonna be flamed in the comments for mixing up a Challenger and Charger. Side exhausts on it. But on to the next vehicle, which is the Shelby GT 500. And this is the Shelby edition, not the Mustang edition, because of the taillights. They're not the famous 3 taillights. They're more of a bar taillight. But yes, here's the car. Let's start the engine. On to the next vehicle, which is the Lamborghini Aventador. This was another vehicle that was in the Pikes Peak challenge. Also, there's that guy, which is coming up. Oh boy. Okay. Well, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back at the dealership. You can't see it, but I'm making air quotes. Dealership. But the next vehicle, as I said, is the Lamborghini Aventador. Let's see how it actually sounds without an Audi crashing into the rear end. Strangely enough, there was a bald eagle that did its signature sound as soon as I started the engine, but this is not an American car. So, crazy coincidence. But the next vehicle is the Ford F-150 Raptor, which is American, last I checked. This is 3 of 4 cars that have ran in the Pikes Peak challenge last time. But anyways, let's see how this thing sounds. Very nice indeed. A very nice looking truck in my opinion. I really like the 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor design. But on to the next vehicle, which is another rally raid truck. This one is the Mercedes X-Class with a nice pearlescent rainbow paint scheme on it. Let's start the engine. Nice sounding engine. On to the next vehicle, which is the third newest vehicle to my roster besides the Camaro and the Cadillac Escalade. This is the Ford Focus RS RX. The RX is a Rallycross. And this will be in the video later, where it will be doing the Pikes Peak challenge. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, it was gonna do the cinematic shots, but anyways, let's see how this thing sounds. You can hear that turbo. On to the next vehicle, which is the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. Now, it's going to appear quite obvious that this one is a lot different than the 2017 version. The grille is a lot different. All jokes aside, obviously, this is a monster truck. If you haven't seen the Nerd Cubed and Many a True Nerd, Great American Road Trip, where they did a similar thing, Mr. Daniel from Official Nerd Cubed used a monster truck Skyline with a not very advertiser friendly sponsor on it. But besides that, I have the classic Bigfoot on my side. Let's see how this big boy sounds. Very beefy, what you would expect from a monster truck. There should be a iCard popping up right about now about the Nerd Cubed and Many a True Nerd Road Trip. That sort of series is where I got my inspiration to do this, but yes. On to the next vehicle, which is the Fender Frenzy. Yes, this is a demolition derby car. So be warned that if you are the one that chooses this, there will be a lot of crashes in the videos, and a lot of resets, and a lot of being slow because the car is damaged but not totaled. Let's start the engine. Nice Skittles paint scheme on it, Skittles Patriotic. On to the next vehicle, which is the Chevrolet Silverado NASCAR with a Dale Earnhardt paint scheme on it. Let's start up the engine. Dale Earnhardt NASCAR track. Well, what would be more American is if there were guns strapped to the side of it and a bald eagle hood ornament. On to the next one, which is the final option for this Great American Road Trip voting thingy, is this Ferrari F1 car, also known as the RB13. Let's start up the engine, which you can expect what it's going to sound like. Nice launch there, but we are not racing right now. But yes, here's the Ferrari F1 car. So those are the vehicles to choose from for this Great American Tour. Now on to what I said I was going to do with the Ford Focus and the Pikes Peak challenge. Also, it's quite obvious that you're not able to use planes or boats in this thing, so it's only the cars. Currently, my favorite car is the Camaro, just because it's my most recent. I have the most recent vehicle set as my favorite, and currently that is the Chevrolet Camaro with the Chevy Camaro NASCAR Premier paint scheme to it. But onto the Pikes Peak challenge of the Ford Focus. You guys already know what the engine startup and such sounds like, but here it is, the Ford Focus RS RX with a Red Bull sponsor and a like chrome red paint job to it with white wings. Let's start up the engine. Get to the starting line. If you haven't seen the other Pikes Peak challenge, I don't have a timer with me because the timer is on my phone, which the phone is being used to record this. So since I don't have a timer with me, be patient, Crown Victoria. I'm just gonna get off to the side of the road. Since I don't have a timer with me, I thought of a great idea to include you guys into timing the vehicles. So yes, if you want to time this Ford Focus, you can. Wow, seriously? Hang on, let me get this truck out of the way. Impatient truck driver. I was talking. Anyways, yes. So if you would like to time it, then you can. Be patient. I'm watching you. Okay. Get your timers ready if you do want to participate. 3, 2, 1, start them. Off to a great start. In the time that I have had this car, I have noticed that it likes to snap. Which, whoa. I almost thought I was about to get creamed, but it was just a ghost of my drift car. I have noticed that this Focus tends to snap. Whoa, hit that tree. It tends to snap, so at one point you're going to be understeering, and then the next moment it just snaps randomly and you're going to be sideways. Which is super strange. But, it feels great, other than that. Not really much to commentate. He's making a left turn. He's making a right turn. I'm about to go into that tree. Trivia. If you have watched the other vehicle, which of the 4 vehicles ran into that tree there? A, the Ford F-150 Raptor, B, the Aston Martin, or C, the Lamborghini Aventador? Just something to give you, just something to do while I'm driving here. Going up the side of the mountain. Also, there's a traffic car. Giant satellite dishes up here. Also, I can't see a thing because it's so shadowed. So shadowed, hey? The camera, it doesn't pick up on the camera as well. On the camera, you can sort of see where you're going, but to my eyes, I cannot see a thing when there is a shadow on the road. At all. Fast portion here. But then gonna want to slow down for this 90-degree. Also want to be careful around this turn because there's a lot of parked cars. Whoa, very slightly almost hit those rocks. And straight into a minivan. If you do not know the rules of the Pikes Peak challenge, the starting line is where I started, and then you're gonna want to take a left on the fork, and then go around this way. If you were to go straight on the fork, then the finish line would be the end of the fork, but then you will go straight off the side of the cliff. And the finish line is that fork again. Drift around that corner. And a little bit of drift there. Whoa! Into the traffic cones. There's a skill here that I don't know how to get rid of, so what you do is you bring up the menu. If you're on PS4, it's a triangle, and I'm pretty sure it's Y on Xbox. You bring up the little menu. If you want, you can go back, but not if you're timing me. There's, on the right side of the screen, there's a little menu thing. You want to abort that as soon as you activate it, you're going to want to abort it. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on not crashing. Nice slide there. Coming close to the finish line. Get your timers ready, and time. So you see that I said time as soon as I cross that fork in the road. That is the finish line of the Pikes Peak challenge. There is something that I got a video clip of a crazy crash that I had here on Pikes Peak with this very Ford Focus. Let me pull that up now. So here it is. It's in the capture gallery of the PS4. There you can see the Ford Focus, and I'm going around a turn. What happens with the car is that the front end gets lifted up by a rock, and then I slide it into another rock that sends the car over onto its roof. Just watch this. See what I mean? I can go super, well, sort of slow-mo. Just cut it. Just spam the pause button. So here's the rock that I hit. I hit that, it sends the car airborne, which obviously you don't have any control over. Car spins around, goes into the dirt. For some reason the replay doesn't reset the dirt, so those marks in the grass are from me watching the footage. Into this rock here, which, as you can see, there's a lot of motion blur, which means I'm going pretty fast. Hit that, slows me right down. I go forward down onto my roof, and then the car rolls over again, and I go on as if nothing had ever happened. So yeah, let me get back into the game. There we are back in the game. Just switch to the camera for an outro, and just spin it around for a cool effect, without hitting that Silverado. So thank you for watching this video of the introduction to the grand tour that I am going to be doing. Get out of the way of traffic. Please comment down below what vehicle you would like to see. Yes, so thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out my friend's channel, Rhino Racing 4, which should be popping up right about now with the end screen annotations, as well as the channel that he helps me with called A&R NASCAR. Basically, we run 164 diecasts down a track, and the crew 2 has decided to go to the cinematic camera, which is perfect for the outro. Never mind. Anyways, thank you all for watching my video. Let me turn the camera around. Yeah, please check out those two channels, and at the as well as the end screen annotations, there's either going to be a link to my my other crew 2 video, or it's official Nerd Cubed and Many a True Nerds road trip playlist. I don't know yet because obviously you can't add those stuff while you're filming. I don't know which one I'm going to choose, but yeah, you're going to be seeing it. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends, comment down below what vehicle you want to see, and also comment if you are excited for this road trip. There's probably going to be a cat popping up onto the screen. Yep, there it is. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends.